the geometry of meaning, articulatory phonosemantics, and the possibility of a non-arbitrary proto-language. A lecture essay. Introduction. Modern linguistics generally assumes that the relationship between sound and meaning is mostly arbitrary. According to the dominant view, words became attached to meanings historically and socially without any deep physical necessity connecting the two. But what if this assumption is incomplete? What if at least part of human language emerged not from arbitrary symbolic assignment, but from the physical geometry of speech itself? What if the tongue, airflow, muscular tension, and resonance cavities of the mouth encode directional, emotional, and semantic information? This essay explores a speculative but fascinating hypothesis that certain consonants, especially final consonants, act as semantic operators connected to anatomical speech mechanics. The core observation is simple. Certain phonetic endings appear to correlate repeatedly with specific semantic tendencies. For example, L endings often feel open, elevated, successful, flowing, or continuing. T endings often feel fixed, hardened, stopped, sealed, or objectified. N endings often feel inward, weakened, dissolving, fading, or descending. This may not be coincidence alone. It may reflect an ancient embodied structure within speech itself. Part 1. The mouth as a semantic machine. Language is usually analyzed abstractly: phonemes, syntax, grammar, semantics. But speech is physical. Every sound requires muscular movement, tongue placement, airflow direction, resonance behavior, pressure release, vibration geometry. In this model, meaning is not detached from articulation. Meaning emerges partly through articulatory motion itself. The mouth becomes a semantic instrument, not merely producing labels, but physically acting out directional states. Part 2, the L sound. Upward flow and continuity. Consider the sound L. When producing L, the tongue tip rises upward. Contact occurs near the alveolar ridge. Airflow continues around the sides of the tongue. The sound is not fully blocked. It flows. This creates a remarkable physical profile: upward orientation, continuation, release, openness, extension. This may psychologically map onto semantic tendencies such as elevation, success, growth, continuity, vitality, illumination. Examples in English: full, well, heal, swell, tall, soul, roll, sail. These words often feel ongoing rather than terminated. The airflow physically survives the consonant. The tongue points upward while the sound continues. Even emotionally, L often feels smooth or lifted. Examples in Russian: Svetlai, Mil, Sila, Oriol, Stval, Pil. Again we encounter vitality, radiance, structural rise, continuation. This does not prove the theory, but the clustering is intriguing. Part 3, the T sound. Fixation and hardening. Now consider T during T. Airflow completely stops. The tongue seals against the roof front region. Pressure accumulates, then releases abruptly. T is a closure event. The sound behaves like a wall or impact. Semantically, this may correlate with fixation, hardening, stopping, boundary, objectification, materialization. Examples in English: cut, shut, set, strict, built, locked, limit, concrete. These words often involve boundaries, solid forms, closure, impact, finality. Examples in Russian: shit, vint, bolt, knut, front, plot. These are strongly object-like and structurally rigid. T feels mechanical. It behaves like a phonetic hammer strike. Part 4, the N sound. Inwardness and dissolution. N may be the most mysterious category. When producing N, oral airflow is blocked. Resonance redirects through the nasal cavity. Vibration becomes internalized. Unlike L, which flows outward, or T, which strikes outward, N turns inward. The sound resonates inside the head. This may correlate with fading, decline, dissolution, inwardness, negation, weakness, disappearance. Examples in English: gone, fallen, sunken, wan, undone, ruin, mourn. Examples in Russian: sun, ston, tlen, sklon, iron, tumen. These words often involve inward states. Weakening, obscurity, descent, decay, unconsciousness. The nasal resonance itself feels absorptive, almost swallowed back into the body. Part 5. Triad structures. One of the most intriguing observations is the appearance of phonetic triads. For example, mul, M-U-T, mun, sol, sot, sun, dal, dot, dawn. In these structures, the initial consonant remains stable, while the final consonant modifies directional meaning. This suggests a possible formula, meaning equal to root domain plus terminal operator. The initial consonant may define a semantic field. The final consonant may define trajectory or outcome state. Example speculative model. Initial consonants. M equal to matter, formation, self. S equal to spread, light, radiation. D equal to force, division, direction, terminal consonants. L equal to rise, openness, continuation. T equal to fixation, crystallization, stopping. N equal to decline, inward absorption, dissolution. Thus, sol may imply radiant openness. Sot may imply fixation or dulling. Sun may imply inward resonance or descent. This resembles semantic topology rather than isolated vocabulary. Part 6. The possibility of a proto-language. If these correlations are real, then early language may not have originated as arbitrary symbolic naming. Instead, proto-language may have emerged from embodied gesture, airflow mechanics, muscular topology, emotional resonance, physical acoustics. Humans may have unconsciously mapped physical mouth motion onto physical world motion. Upward tongue movement could become associated with growth, light, success, elevation. Closure sounds could become associated with impact, solidification, barriers. Internal resonance could become associated with hiddenness, sleep, death, decline. In this framework, speech becomes partly iconic, not visually iconic, but biomechanically iconic. Part 7. Related phonetic directions. Additional consonants may also encode directional tendencies. K, back impact, cutting, force, collision. M, containment, closure, internal humming, maternal enclosure. S, streaming, motion, flow, radiation. R, vibration, energy, instability, rolling force. Vowels may also matter. Front vowels, light, small, external. Back vowels, deep, heavy, dark. A complete system could eventually become a semantic articulatory matrix. Part 8. Caution in scientific testing. Pattern recognition is dangerous. Humans naturally see structure everywhere. Therefore, this theory must be tested rigorously. The correct question is not, can examples be found? Examples can always be found. The correct question is, do statistical semantic clusters appear more often than chance predicts? Possible research methods: corpus analysis, cross-linguistic comparison, semantic clustering, articulatory mapping, phonosemantic statistics, languages to test: English, Russian, Proto-Slavic, Germanic languages, Indo-European roots, unrelated language families. If consistent patterns appear across unrelated languages, the implications could be profound. Conclusion. This hypothesis proposes that language may preserve traces of an ancient, embodied semantic geometry. Meaning may not be entirely arbitrary. The tongue may carry directional symbolism. Airflow may encode emotional topology. Speech may preserve fossilized physical metaphors from humanity's earliest attempts to communicate experience. The mouth itself may be part of meaning. Perhaps long before formal language existed, humans already sensed that upward sounds felt bright, that closure sounds felt solid, and that inward resonance felt like fading into shadow. If so, language is not merely a symbolic system. It is also a living anatomy of thought.